Paragraph 1. Eyes back on the text, everybody. Take a deep breath. We'll be done with this story. It's only 2 pages. Eyes back on the text. Hang in there. Paragraph 1. One winter, I fastened pieces of suet and marrow bones upon the tree in front of my window. Then I sat at my desk and watched the birds eat their free lunch. The jays bossed the woodpeckers bossed the chickadees, and the chickadees bossed the kinglet. I gotta stop there. Did you highlight any words you didn't know? What words did you highlight? Did anybody highlight the word suet? Thumbs up, thumbs down. Leon did. The word suet. Well, lucky for you, I've got some suet to show you what it is. Look up from your text. This is suet. This says attracts a wider variety of birds. It's a berry treat. This, ladies and gentlemen, is suet. You put it out in a special feeder for birds, and they eat it. I wish we had smell-o-vision and you could smell what suet smells like. Look at it. It smells like peanut butter. It smells kind of nutty. When I look in it, I can see there are seeds in it and nuts. And when I touch it, should I touch it? Should I? I'm going to touch it. It's like greasy, like Vaseline or vegetable shortening. So suet is a great thing to feed to birds in the winter when it's cold because they need extra fat to keep them warm and to burn. So suet, if you want to feed birds at your house and try and observe nature, for Christmas you should totally ask for a bird feeder or a suet feeder and get some animals, or not animals because you don't want the bears to come, but you could get some birds to come to your yard. So that's suet. If you were here, I'd let you taste it. It tastes kind of like greasy, fatty, and like seeds. It's not very good, but it's interesting. All right, back to paragraph 2. The kinglet was the least of all, a sort of hop-o'-my-thumb bird. Oh my goodness, stop everybody. Do you see that little tiny one there? Do you see it? See the little tiny one next to hop-o'-my-thumb? Do you see it? The little tiny one? Who knows what that is? What is that? Does anybody know? Anybody know? I'm going to tell you. It's called a footnote. Look down at the bottom. There's another little one. Do you see it? Do you see the little one? It's a footnote. It gives you the definition right at the bottom of what hop-o'-my-thumb bird means. A hop-o'-my-thumb bird means that it's very small. The reference to this is a folktale character called Tom Thumb, who could fit in the palm of a person's hand. So we know that this little bird, the kinglet, could fit in the palm of my hand. That is a tiny bird. Am I right? Tiny. Okay, let's keep reading about the kinglet. Paragraph 2, second sentence. Eyes on the text. He became quite tame and one day alighted upon my arm as I stood leaning against the tree. I could have put my hand upon him several times. I wonder where he roosted. He was all alone. He liked the fare so well that he seemed disposed to stop till spring. During one terrible night of wind and snow and 0 temperature, I feared he would be swept away. I thought of him in the middle of the night, when the violence of the storm kept me from sleep. Imagine the solitary atom of feathers drifting about in the great Arctic out of doors and managing to survive. I fancied him in one of my thick spruces, his head under his tiny wing, buffeted by wind and snow, his little black feet clinging to the perch and wishing that morning would come. Can you visualize that? Can you visualize this little bird? Where's his head? Can you act it out? Where's his head? It's tucked in his arm, in his wing, to keep warm. And he says, I fancied him, I imagined him. The author is imagining him in a tree, staying warm. Paragraph 4, let's finish it up. The fat meat is fuel for him. It keeps up the supply of animal heat. None of the birds will eat lean meat. They want the clear fat. The jays alight upon it and peck away with great vigor, almost standing on tiptoe to get the proper sweep. The woodpecker uses his head alone in pecking, but the jay's action involves the whole body, yet his blows are softer, not so sharp and abrupt as those of the woodpecker. Pecking is not exactly his business. That's it. It's just a 2-page story. So when we think back of this, we heard a lot about the birds that this guy is watching, this guy John Burroughs. He's the author. So I want to just end with this. Let's talk about main idea. Let's ask our 2 main idea questions. Who or what is this short story about? Who or what is this story about? Think about it. Going to give everybody some think time. We're thinking about the main idea before we finish. Who or what is it mostly about? All right, Braden, you know. Braden, unmute and tell me who or what is it mostly about?
It's mostly about a person who cares about the birds.
Would everybody agree? And we know the person's name. It's John Burroughs. He's the author. So this is about a person. And Braden already told us what's most important about the man. He answered the second question. So our main idea questions are, who or what is the passage about? He said it's about a person. We know the man's name is John Burroughs. And then the question is, what's most important about the person? And the most important thing is he cares about birds. He watches them. He notices a lot. All right, great job, everybody. Whew, we did it. We did it. I think that's all. Let me see. We did main idea. We didn't do the BDA. I think I'm going to stop the video. Today,